Hello everyone, welcome to day 3 of competitive programming. Let's open our code chef and also let's start our timer. It's at 6:30, yeah, it's starting. Code chef. Yesterday we have solved 2 problems, so let's try solving 3 problems today. We'll see how it goes. Continue. It's taking a bit of time. There are like 5 more problems we need to solve to complete this module. So let's try solving this 3 today. It's already at 13, 15, level 17 and 1100. I guess these are the ratings. No, this is not rating. These are successful submissions. Okay, fine. Let's open sign flip and let's open another terminal. Change directory to cp and sign flip.cpp. Okay, let's see what the question is now. Chef has an array A containing n integers. The integer of the array can be positive, negative or even 0. Chef allows you to choose at most k elements of the array and multiply them by -1. Find the maximum sum of a subsequence you can obtain if you choose the elements of the subsequence optimally. Okay, allows you to choose at most k elements of the array and multiply them by -1. A sequence A is a subsequence of a sequence B if A can be obtained from B by deletion of several, possibly 0 or all elements. For example, 3, 1, the subsequence of 3 to 1 and 4, 3, 1, but not a subsequence of 1, 3, 7. Okay, because the order is changed here, right? We all have code here. How is that possible? Okay, I guess this is yesterday's code or code which we have written before. Okay, anyways, let's remove the code. Find the maximum sum of subsequence. Okay, now but not a subsequence of, and 3, 10, 4. Note that empty sequence is also a subsequence. Okay, we are reading an array, so we will use our snippet. There we go, we are reading the array. Okay, now the explanation part of sample input and output. These are the numbers we are having. It is optimal to multiply and then take the subsequence. It is optimal to choose empty subsequence with a sum equal to 0 for this, right? Okay, he is also giving us k, right, in the input. 2 space separated integers n and k. So c in n, k. And now what are we gonna do? 3 numbers. Here we do not multiply -1 with any element. Okay, let's say they are giving input 6, -10, -1, 0, -4 and 2. The select computer is selecting elements -10, -4 and -1, basically negative elements, and then they are multiplied by -1. Okay, what if even this is also negative? Let's say -6. And so now what are the 3 elements that will be selected to get the maximum? We'll take these and these 2, we'll ignore -1. Then we'll take the subsequence 6, 10 and -4, -6. Notice that we are not changing the order, we are just deleting these 2 elements. Or we can just delete this element and get the addition, so that we'll get the maximum result. Or we can do it in this way, right? 6. First let's sort the other. So -10, -6, -4, -1, 0 and 6. So if the input is k is given as 2, then we'll only multiply these two with -1 and delete all these three things. So basically we need to avoid the negative numbers, we need only positive numbers, and in that we need to avoid the smallest or greatest negative numbers. You can say we need the smallest negative numbers. Notice that here 10 is -10 is smaller than -1, but 10 is greater than 1. Okay, so that's why I'm saying we need the smallest negative numbers, which are -10 and -6, or we can say smallest numbers. Okay, fine. Anyways, you get the point, right? So now let's sort them, and same, we'll use our favorite merge sort for sorting. Okay, now after sorting the elements, we'll take a for loop and we iterate over I, and let's say a of I equal to, if it is a negative number, then we need to multiply with with -1, right? So a of, I'm trying to use iterate operator here. A of I is less than 0. If it is true, then a of I multiplied by -1. If it is false, then we'll remain it as will be it as a of I. Let's put this inside a if loop. If k and k minus minus. Okay, so on the number of k's we are having, we can do those many times a of I. I guess you understood this line, right? We are for an element, like let's say -10, -6 and -4, 5, 6 and 8. For these elements, if k is given as 2, we'll only convert these two elements, that is 10 and 6. Okay, we'll ignore the -4. Only if k we are having 2, if k is 2, initially k will be 2, right? Actually here k is 2 and here k is 1. We are not taking the rest of the elements because for example k is 1 because we already used k here, so k gets negative, it will be reduced. Wait a minute. Maybe yeah, it needs to be, I'm thinking like k should be inside the if loop, because if we enter the if loop itself it need to get reduced, but every time the iteration goes it can be reduced, so no problem. 10 and now we'll get 6 because k will be 0, so we will not change this number. And to get the highest, it's like maximum number, right? Maximum sum, we'll add everything which are positive. We need to iterate over all the array. Sum equal to 0 and we will add all of them. Only if it's positive we'll add, right? If a of I greater than 0, sum is equal to a of I. Okay. Let's compile now. No errors, and giving our test cases, and we got 22, 4 and 6. Instead of 0 we got 4. This test case, so there is something wrong. -1, -1, 5 values, we are getting 4. That is not normal. Initially we are passing negative numbers, and for int I equal to 0, a k is 0, right? So this if should not run at all. Let's see, is that the case or not? Let's print inside if. So now we'll compile it. Sorry, those are not the inputs. Let's say 150 and minus 1 minus 1 minus 1 5 times. See, we are going inside the if for 4 times, but we shouldn't go, right? Because k is actually 0. Let's also print k value. Let's say greater than 0. Only if k is 0 it gets stopped. If it's negative numbers or positive numbers, the if loop will be entered, right? So I forgot that point there. I consider it as a while loop. I thought it gets end. Hope we'll get right answer right now. $22.06. Yeah, we got the right answer. Let's run it first. Did we just solve our question in the first 15 minutes itself? Let's see, did we solve it? What is this? Why are we getting 615412222? Did we leave any sorry, did we leave any? Nothing. While we are comparing it here, we are getting 22, which is correct. We are getting 615412222 and 1. The code is same, right? Yeah, now it's 22. Have no idea what happened right there. Let's submitting. Let's open our next question while it's getting submitted. Even split and even split.cpp. Let's close this file in anticipation of it's not got, so let's submit it. We got our wrong answer. We need to open sign flip one more time and check what went wrong. Let's check. Is it because of our sum of n over all test cases does not include is 10 power 6? We are checking. Yesterday we faced the problem because of the int. Yesterday also same thing happened. These values we are getting same when we run it, right? Let's run it. The expected output of sample output and the output for our problem was same. See, again we ran into the same problem. Are we going out of the bound? Why are we getting some garbage values here? We set sum equal to 0. We are also reading k value. We are multiplying a of I with minus 1 only if they are less than 0. If this is true, this part will run. If not, they will be same as a of I before value itself. And we also set sum is 0. And we are adding a of I values only if they are greater than 0 to the sum. Why are we getting a garbage value? We got a right value here. Let's copy this code. Let's paste it here. And now let's run. Now we got the same value. Let's run it one more time. Yeah, we are getting proper values here. Let's submit. What happened right there? Now let's run our code. I guess it's because of the hidden test cases. We couldn't solve for hidden test cases. That's the only problem. Yeah. Now we are again not getting the garbage values. So is it int? Should it be ll? Long, or it can be int? Let's just take ll, because here they gave 10 to the power 4, right? So, and if number is 10 to the power 5 and there are like 10 to the power 4 numbers in every 10 to the power 5 test cases, then will it increase? It's like 9, right? 5 plus 4 is 9, 10 to the power 9. So let's maybe int allows 10 to the power 9. Yeah, I said I'll be fixing this merge sort for int, but I forgot to do it. So let's just use our only sorting a comma a plus n. Providing all the values. Yeah, we got 22, 0 and 6. So let's take all of these things and paste them. Run, we'll get the same output. Let's submit. Yeah, it got submitted. The problem was the size. It should be long, not int. So we are done with the first question in 20 minutes. Even that is still a long time, I guess. Let's close these tabs. Okay, now I guess I solved it previously also, this question. Let's solve it one more time. I have just removed all the code. Now you are given a binary string s of length n. You can perform the following operations: pick any non-empty and even length subsequence of the string. Suppose the subsequence has length 2k, then move the first k characters to the beginning of s and the other k to the end of s without changing their order. For example, suppose here are some moves you can make. What is the lexicographically smallest string that can be obtained after performing the operation several possibly 0 times? A binary string A is said to be lexicographically smaller then another binary string b of the same length if there exists an index I such that a of 1 equal to b, a of 2 equal to b2, and so on. A of I minus 1 equal to b of I minus 1, a of I equal to 0 and b of I equal to 1. So lexicographically smallest in the sense, zeros in the beginning and ones in the end, right? So we need to basically just sort it and print it, right? Yeah, that's it. But it is given in the format of a string. So let's open atom even split. We have created it before itself. Let's close this file and let's read the string. And now before reading the string, we also need to read the size of the string. So in 10 we got the size of the string. Basically we are sorting, but it's a string. So can we change to string to int? Let's check for that. Apparently conversion spelling is wrong. Anyways, initializations. Okay, we are in free code camp here. How to convert a string into an integer? So okay, we can use the type casting int, right? And let's say to for every test case num is equals to int of s1. I guess it is now converted into string. To verify it, we'll add +1 to it. Clear g++ even split. Okay, this is an. Did he declare the int there? Yeah, even he got the same. There are few ways to convert a string to int, and you will see two of them mentioned in the section that follow. Compiling, for example, you cannot do. Okay, he's saying you cannot do this. Wow. Okay, fine. Let's see what string to I is the function. Into a numerical int, it is used to s to I function. Int s to I string, then will not get the error. S to I s1. Also we need to say this is int num g++ even split. Clear, and let's give 45. Those are the number of test cases, 1, 4, 5. Okay, now we need to enter our string 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 4. Yeah, now we just say a number. We got our number, but we cannot sort a number, the digits inside the number, right, by using any formula. So how do we do this? I am thinking like we can count number of zeros and number of ones and just print number of zeros and number of ones, like after reading the string. Let's just say int zeros equal to 0 and int ones equal to zeros. We can just do this in one line. Okay, let's name it as 1. Even this is also 0. Okay, now we'll count. Before that we'll iterate to it. If okay, s1 of I is equal to 0. Notice that you need to use a string because this is a string, so you need to have characters. If you do just 0, you will get the wrong answer because those are never equal. String 0 and normal 0 are not equal. So we'll increment the 0, else we'll increment the 1, because the input will contain only zeros and ones, right? S is a binary string, so it contains only zeros and ones. One. Next, for int I equal to 0, I less than 0, I plus plus, cout 0. And same we will be doing with our ones also. First we need to print all the zeros, then we'll print all the ones, then we'll give a new line so that it can go for a next line. So let's just, okay, the 0, I didn't add the 0 after I removed it. Now let's copy all these things, paste. We got our 0 1 and 0 0 1 1 and all ones and all zeros and all ones. Here it's saying 0 1 instead of 10. There is only one more possible, and it gives back the original string when made. So s cannot be changed, and the answer is 10. Okay, the answer is 10. There is only one more possible. If we take 100, yeah, for 100 it can change. So if let's say this, in this way what is happening is, if 0 is 1, y is equals to 1. Okay, let's add a test case here. Saying if 0 equal to 1, let's just say if si equal to 1 0, if it is also equal to another string, then just cout 10 with new line character and return. Okay, now let's see what are we getting. We are still getting the same output, are we? G++ even split. Let's run this. Let's copy the inputs and let's give it to them. Yeah, we are still getting the same input, same output. Now we fixed it. Instead of 0 1, we are getting 10. Let's copy all this code and let's paste it here. We'll be running it because we have seen before we are getting some garbage value issue. So we are checking it, we are getting such values or not, such issues or not. Now we didn't get any issue, let's submit it. Okay, the submission is queued for a while there. Running current test case 3. Yeah, it's a correct answer. Wow, within half an hour we have, okay, 20 seconds before 20 seconds we are late. So let's say half an hour and 20 seconds we solved 2 questions. That's very good, and it may be because I have solved them before. As you was seeing the code was present, that means I have solved it before. Not before in the sense, not in these 3 days or not yesterday or not on off screen. Well, I was said right before I started doing it, then there was a gap. At that time I have solved them. So now let's close this file and let's create cook Mac will do some Mac. Well, I have no idea. Let's open our text editor, Chef is on vacation these days, so his friend Chefza is trying to solve Chef's everyday tasks. Today's task is to make a sweet roll. Rolls are made up by a newly invented cooking machine. The machine is pretty universal. It can make lots of dishes, and Chefza is thrilled about this. To make a roll, Chefza has to set all the settings to specified integer values. There are lots of settings, each of them set of some initial values. The machine is pretty complex and there is a lot of cooking to be done today, so Chabza has decided to use only two quick ways to change the settings in a unit of time. He can pick one setting, let's say its current value is V, and change it in one of the following ways. If V is even, change the setting to V by 2. If V is odd, change it to V minus 1 by 2. Change setting to 2 into V. The receipt is given as a okay. These are the main things that are important. All the story is not important, but you need to understand them. The recipient is given as a list of integers. The receipt is given as a list of integers values. The setting should be set to. It is guaranteed that each destination setting can be represented as an integer power of 2. Since Abza has just changed his profession, he has a lot of other things to do. Please help him find the minimum number of operations needed to set up a particular setting of the machine. You can prove that it can be done in finite time. The first line of input contains an integer and the number of test cases. The description of t test cases follows. The only line of each test case contains two integers a and b denoting the initial and desired value of the setting respectively. Okay. And the output for each test case output a single line containing minimum number of operations Jobza has to perform in order to set up the machine. The first test case, you don't need to do anything. Okay, 1 is equals to 1, right? So you need not do anything. 2 is 4, right? So okay, 3 plus. Okay. Now there are only two setting options. He is given 3, right? So we need to reach 8. Let's say 8 is the key value. So that one of the two operations is, if v is even, change the setting to v by 2. If v is odd, change it to v minus 1 by 2. So it's odd, right? 3 is odd, so 3 minus 1 by 2, which is equal to 1, right? But if you do the same thing in the programming, you won't get 1. You will actually get 3 itself, because 1 by 2 is 0.5. But in integers, it does not contain decimal values, so it will only take 0. You may not believe me, so let's just run Python, use Python here. 3 minus 1 by 2. In Python, these things will be taken as int. The type conversion, internal type conversion will be happening, so it can be changed. So let's just say int x is equals to 1 by 2. Okay, int x is not valid, so let's just say 3 minus 1 floor division. If we do floor division, only the integer part will be taken and the decimal part will be removed, so we are getting answer is 3. So that's how it is. Let's stop it. So we got the value as 1. So if to get actual 3, you need to put this in brackets to get the desired answer, which is 1 in while programming. Okay, because these things follows associativity and which is more important than some rules. Now we got 1. Now for 1 is not equal to 8, so it is still, and we can do 2 into 1, which is 2, and we can do 2 into 2 again, we'll get 4, and 4 into 2 8. Therefore the number is reached, and the number of operations are, here is one operation, this is the second operation, this is third operation, this is fourth operation. Okay, that's why answer is 4. Okay, this is test case 2, which is 1, test case 3, test case 4. 8, 8, 62. So 2 is the answer. 4 and 1. For 4 and 1, How do you do for the fifth test case? Divide 4 by 2 twice. Yeah, you are also having divide, right? It seems a little bit tricky now. Okay, let's code for our numbers first. For the first case, number 3, right? So I'll start writing from the header file itself. So bit slash std c++.h is the header file we are using namespace std int main into test cases. So let's read test cases and let's save our test cases minus minus. We'll call the solve function. We can also say has define lls long, but we'll be not using it, right? Because int data type is quite enough for handling these numbers, because everything is less than 10.7 10 by 7 10 to the power of 7, and void, we are not returning anything inside the solve. We are having, what do we have? Two numbers, int, let's say n comma k itself, and we are reading them. K is for key. Okay, so we can do two operations. Let's say void even. Okay, let's say int, if it is even, will return 2 into a is one operation, and other operation is odd. Can we use? Okay, we can use, I guess. We don't have any predefined variables or keywords with even, and if it is odd, then we'll return a minus 1 by 2. Let's say even multiplied. And one more operation is just even, return a by 2. So that's how we define our three operations here. This is one operation. If v is even, change the string to v by 2. If v is odd, this is another operation, and this is third operation. Okay, inside the solve now, if n is less than k, okay, and if n percentage divided by 2, let's use iterate operator here, because we can write if and else at the same point. N equal to, if n percentage divided by 2 equal to 0, that means if it is even, we'll call even. If it is less than k, and if it's even, then we'll call the even function, and we'll pass n to it, and whatever it will be returning will be saved in this n, semicolon there. And if it is odd, we'll pass odd. If it is false, if it is the remainder is not 0, if it's not divisible by 2, then it's automatically odd, so we'll call odd function. Okay, we need to do this while n equal to k, until while n not equal to k. Until n equal to k, we need to do this. Once it is equal to k, we can stop doing it. We don't need this, I guess. Now can we write this thing in a single line? Does it look good? Yeah, I guess it looks good. If n is less than k, then n is equals to, then we are checking if it's even or odd. Okay, yeah, else if n is greater than k, and if it is even, and if it is even, we need to find the minimum number of operations, right? Yeah, minimum number of operations. Okay, first we'll do the operation, then we'll try to do it in minimum number of ways. So if it is greater than k, that means else, what we need to do, We need to just divide it, right? I guess in any way, if it is not equal to, we'll be doing this operation. I guess this if is not necessary, because even though if it is less than or greater than, will be perform. Okay, we need to find out even when we need to call the even multiple, right? So if is necessary, my bad there. Else we need to do the operation even multiple, right? Even multiple operation and pass the n value to it. We need to count the number of operations, right? So let's say count, and we'll increase the count here. Every time it's not equal to k, we are doing the operation, so we can write it inside the for loop. And let's just see how many times our count is being run. Let's compile. Okay. Did we write cout inside the cout? Yes, we did. And this is also count, it's not cout. Let's compile. Wow. Okay, he's not defined here. Sorry, I wrote ODA here, right? My bad. Now let's take all the test cases. What is happening? We are reading n and k. We read the test cases also. Okay, did we reach infinity loop? Yeah, we are reaching infinity loop. Let's say in this else part, let's add an if n is even only, even multiply. Okay, first let's check if it is even. If it's even, we'll go on multiplying it until we reach the desired number. If it's odd, we'll be go on dividing n minus. Okay, let's say 5 minus 1, 4 by 2. 3 reaching 8, 3 minus, if we get 1, then we'll also multiply. Okay, do you get my point? If it's even, we'll go on multiplying it. If it is odd, okay, if it is even, then we'll just do the key value divided by the even number. 4 and 16. Let's say 2 and 16 is given. Or let's say all even numbers can divide all the even numbers. No, 32 can't divide 34, right? If 32 and 34 is given, first we'll try multiplying it, but if we multiply, it doesn't work. What is the value we'll get? 34 divided by 32, 1.0625. Okay, then in that case we just divide the 32 by 2, which is 16. How do we do this? I guess this is some famous algorithm, I guess. An algorithm where you give any number and give any number like 32 or 34 and perform these two operations, and somehow you will definitely end up at 34. I couldn't remember the name of the algorithm. Anyways, let's think to solve it. Yeah, 32 is also even, 34 is also even. Let's go on. If we go on dividing, we'll get 16. And if we divide 16 by 2, 8, 8 by 2, 4, 4 by 2, 2, 2 by 2, and 1. I guess from 32 we cannot reach 34 by any means, like by any operation. From 1 you can go to 4, right? Okay, let's say while n is less than or equal to k, then this part doesn't exist because we are checking it in the while loop itself. Let's say if n equal to 1, then we will multiply it, and then we'll say count plus equal to, if you multiply it 2 with 2 it will be 2, right? Plus equal to key by 2. That's what will happen, right? Key value may be, let's say 4 by 2. If 3 reaches 1, so our goal is to, if it's an odd number, our goal is to make it to reach 1. But if it's a, let's say 5 plus 3, which is also odd. 5 plus 1 by 2 is 3, right? So which is also odd, so 3 plus 1, but now we reach the point 2. So since we reach the 2, we'll keep on we'll divide the key value, which may be even, which may be also odd, right? Key can be anything, even or odd. Because in this case the key is 1. This is the third question we solved. Okay, we actually solved 3 this is the third question. 2 questions we have solved, and we have 10 more 11 more minutes. Let's think fast. How do you solve it? Can we use you? How do we solve this? Well, thing I'm thinking is, should we reach 1 all the time? If we reach 1, let's say the key is 5 and the number they gave is 2, so like if you multiply it 4, so divide and you reach to 1. How do you reach to 5? Let's say 4, 6 and 12. If you keep on, in any way you cannot reach any odd number, but you can reach on 1, right? So did they say anywhere that k is only even? Did they speak anything about the k? I mean b. They did speak is an integer power of 2. That means 2 is always an even number. So not the key is always, k is always an even number, so right, there's no problem there. Now let's run our code. Actually, did we run our code? I don't remember it running, so let's run it one more time. Are we reaching while loop, infinity loop? Yes, we are. Let's say and n is greater than 0. Because we need, there is no good if it reaches negative numbers, and I guess there is no possible way also to reach the negative numbers here. Okay, the loop did end, but we didn't get any output. Okay, we are not returning the count. I mean, we are not Couting, that is printing the count. Let's copy our input, let's paste it. Okay, that's why we are getting the end lines. Okay, we got 1 4 6 level 0 3 5 outputs for 6 test cases. Okay, we actually got 1 also. For first test case we need to get 0, but we got 1. Okay, we need to say this is not equal to. For equal to also we shouldn't do anything. If n is equal to k, if n is equal to k, cout, control Z, then set count to 0. Right. Yeah, we got 0 4 6 level 0 and 1. Okay, none of them are correct except 0. After first second test case 1 2 3 4 0 1 4 2 6 3 level 4 0 5 and 1 6. We are getting 6 outputs, but all are wrong outputs. The way we are counting is wrong, I guess. This statement is if n is equals to even, then itself will call even, and if it is odd, then we'll be calling odd. Let's just say cout print e. Okay, and for odd print o, and for even multiple print em. Okay, it's kind of dry running, but it's with the help of we'll give only one. With the help of computer itself, we'll give only one, and we'll give values 3 and 8. So we got 0 0 and we got 6. So first it's odd, right? So odd function is called. Next time also, why the odd function is called? 3 minus 1 by 2. What is the answer? 3 minus 1 by 2 is 1. It is 1, right? So n equal to 1 now. So if n equal to 1, okay, we are entering here. Count plus equal to k by 2. What is count k value, which is 8? 8 by 2 is 4. 4 plus we are getting 5. Actually n value is not changing, it's still 1, so we'll enter again into the loop. So we'll say count plus equal to, and let's break out of the loop itself. Now let's give 3 and 8. Now we got 4. Wonderful. Now let's give 2 and 4. Now we got 2. Even number is called, but 2 into 2 is 4, right? So n value is 4. Okay, if it's even, this function is called, which is dividing. We are not multiplying, which is 1. From 1 it is being multiplied. So if it is even number, we not do this. So let's remove this thing. If it is even, we need not call. So let's remove this. If it is even, let's say if it is 2, okay, if 1, sorry, if it is 1, we'll do this thing. If it is 2, else if equal to 2, space here, right? So if else if n equal to 2, then we will be saying count plus equal to k by 2, right? And okay, both the code is same, so we can write or n equal to 2, and we can remove this part. Okay, now let's run it. Let's say 1, 2, 4. Now we got the right answer. And let's say 4, 1, 4, 16. We got 9. But 4 to 8, 8 to 16. So for two values, for even values, we'll multiply it, we'll double it, and we'll check if it is less than 2, less than the key value. If it is not less than the key value, then we'll double it again. Okay, so what we'll be doing is count if n equal to 2, n is even number. Okay, we still have 1 minute 42 seconds. Okay, fine, let's try solving it in that time, which is not possible, of course. If n is even, then we will, if should we multiply it and reach out of the bound, because I guess they won't give 6, right? Power of 2, and a is 10 to the power of 7. My question is, if can they give 6 and 8? Is there any possible way to reach 6? If it half it 3 plus 1. Okay, yes, there is a possible way, like if we use 6 and 8, and if we half it, we'll get 3, right? 3 plus 1 by 2 is like 2, right? Now from 2 you can multiply 4 and then 8, so they can also give 6 and 8. So we'll check if n into 2 is less than k, then then we'll be performing n into 2, which is even operation. Okay, which is this operation, and which is even mul operation. So let's just say n equal to even mul, and the value passing is n. Okay, if it is less than, if it is not less than, then we will divide it, else we'll call even. I guess timer is completed. I just got the notification that is completed. Let's just finish this and that's fine, or else let's just have one more timer of 10 minutes. Let's see, can we complete it in 10 minutes or not? Okay, else then we will divide it, right? We'll divide it. After dividing, if we get, let's say 8 and 10, if we get 4, then 8, then again 4, then the loop will be going on. So we'll divide it 2 times. If the number is greater than the half of the given number, then we'll divide it. Okay, if we multiply it, if it is greater than the half of the number, we will not multiply it, we'll divide it. I'm not understanding what to do actually. How to solve this question? Let's try thinking. Shall we just bring the any given number to 1, like until n equal to 1 we'll do it. From then 1 we can easily reach to number, but that is not like minimum number of operations, right? So how do we do this? Okay, first let's do to one case scenario. One case is n is even. Okay, let's say n is even. Okay, if it is odd, we will just apply only one operation, which is odd operation. Odd a, sorry, n equal to odd of n operation. This is the operation we perform. It's for sure, damn sure we need to perform this operation. Now if it is even, if k is divided by n equal to 0, then we'll say count plus equal to, here we need to increase the count, plus equal to k by 2, sorry, k by n. This can only happen maybe 4 to, okay, in 4 and 16 case it cannot happen, but in 2 and 4 case it can happen. In 4 and 8 case, okay, 4 and 16 case also it happens because it 4 times goes, right? But you are multiplying it, right? 4 you will do double it, 8 you will double it, 16, 2 operations. But if you do 16 by 4, the answer you get is 4. Let's just say every time you call the function, let's globally declare count equal to 0, and then every time you call these functions, then you will be increasing the count. Okay, that is more sensible. Now let's move this down. We have 6 more minutes. Now we need to print the count and the end, right? Yes. If k is equals to a, I will set the count equal to 0. Now what are we doing? What should we do here? We'll simply, if it is divisible, then we'll just call the even multiply. Multiply function with the value of n, then we'll say n equal to even multiply. If it is not divisible, then what we are gonna do? In case of 8 and 10, we will reach to 1, because 8 if you reduce to 4, again if you multiply it you cannot do anything, you will go into that loop, because 8 if you double it's greater than 10, if you half it is just 4, then from 4 you will get to 1, 4 you will get to 2, then from 2 how do you reach 10? Okay, those are only multiples of 2 powers, right? So if it is divisible, I think you will not use even function anywhere. You will not divide and odd, because b is always in the power of 2's, right? So b will be always 2, 4, 8, 16, 32. So if they give a value, if they give as let's say 4, or let's say 6, between here, if a equal to 6 is given, then you'll just divide it, you'll get to an odd number, which is 3. So here if else we need to just divide it, right? n equal to even of n. You're dividing it, so you'll get an odd number. N will be odd number. So this should be done for how many times? Let's say while n is less than k and n is greater than 0. Until then this thing should be happening. Now let's just compile. Somewhere we used, okay, what is it saying? Oops. Count, we cannot use post increment operation for count. Can't we access? We have declared it count globally, right? For some of we are not able to access it. I'll go through it. I'll look into it. For now, we'll not use it globally. We'll increment it here itself. Inside the solve, I'll declare the count, and every time before I call, or it doesn't matter after I call, I'll just increase the count. Now I'll clear it, I'll compile. Giving the test cases. I got 0, 2, 0, 0 and 1. Why am I getting zeros? Okay, every time count will be equal to k. We are making it equal, right? So count will be 0. Let's just say if n equal to k, C out 0 and then break or return from the solution. Or we can use a temporary variable and then we can do it that way. First one we are getting 0. For next question we are getting 1. Okay, 2 into 2 is calling e and also em. Okay, we are multiplying it, right? So em is called and we are getting 1. And next question, for next test case 3 and 8. Why is over called? For first time it is odd. For the next time it is odd. 3 plus 1, 4 by 2 is 2, which is even. A minus 1 by 2. Here it is. N is 3, right? If n is not divisible by 2, then we'll call a odd of n. The timer is finished. So let's end our session here, and we'll continue it from here in tomorrow. Thank you.